Hey guys, it is Christina. I am back to do a maybe quick little paint with me video. I was tagged by Allison Rosen to do a tag that she got off of Danielle's channel, which is Stitcherista. So I have the questions printed out, and I am working on a new diamond painting because I've kind of gotten in a slump with the ones I was doing. So I started this new one. It is a giant one. I think it's like 50 by 110 or something like that, or 130. I don't know. It's really big. From Diamond Art Club. It is called the Sneaky Cat, and I really like it because it is a purple cat, and I thought it was really pretty. So I don't mean to bash, and I'm not bashing, because the quality has been really good. I don't know that I've only opened one color bead so far, because I'm kind of like gonna set this up as I go kind of thing, because I didn't want to take 2 hours to set up a painting. These beads, or diamonds, were perfect. They weren't staticky, they weren't clumpy, they're not really stuck together. However, my issue with them is there is nothing both down here on the canvas or on an inventory sheet that lists how many you're supposed to have of each. So that, me being OCD, makes me nervous that do I have exactly what I need, or am I going to run out? I did reach out to her and ask her to send me an inventory sheet. I want to say her name's Adriana, with Diamond Art Club, and she said that they don't do them, but she guarantees that I have enough, and if I don't, I can reach out to her and she'll send me what I'm missing. I don't know. So I've been, I've heard negative and positive about this company, so I thought I'm going to just do the one I have and form my own opinion. So the only thing I've noticed so far, the canvas is perfect condition. The symbols are extremely clear. The couple things I've noticed so far: the drills slide really easily, like they just kind of slide on the canvas, so that's a little something I have to get used to, because I'm the double-sided adhesive, the ones that have this adhesive, they do not slide. It's actually very difficult to make them slide, so just have to get used to that. And another thing that I have noticed is they don't fit super snugly together. There's a little space between them, almost like the boxes are a little bit too big for the diamonds. So we'll see how that affects it in the end. But that's just a quick little update. I have to, today is Monday the 3rd. It's Labor Day. And I have to go back to work tomorrow, which is sad. I've had a 4-day weekend and it's been glorious. I have watched movies. I have cross-stitched. I have cross-stitched, guys. I had a cross-stitch that I started like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I barely got any done. And I picked it up recently, and I've gotten so much of it done, and I've kind of fallen in love with cross-stitching. So I have several new cross stitches on their way to me. So anyway, that's that. I've also diamond painted. I need a drink. I'm gonna cough. If you can hear my mother talking in the background, ignore that. I've diamond painted. I worked on my Inside Out canvas. I did a big chunk on that one. I worked on my Harry Potter like Galaxy Stag one. I don't know. This is actually the very first canvas I ever started diamond painting. I worked on that. I did 3 really big parts on that one. I actually did a 6x6 square on it last night. Like, I started it at, I don't know, like 7 o'clock. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, I got 3 really big pieces of that one done, and now I've started on this one. And I don't think I did any of the others this weekend. So, a lot of cross stitching. I did read some. I'm about 3/4 of the way through a book. Yeah. So I'm going to, I was tagged by Allison at, oh my word, is there a channel just Allison Rosen? I have blinked, and I don't know why, because I really like her. I'm hoping her channel is just Allison Rosen. I'll link her below. But I kind of have a channel crush on her. I think she's amazing. We seem to be very similar, both coming from an extremely crafty background. She's a fellow scrapbooker. So anyway, she called me out in her video and tagged me, and I thought that was very sweet. So I am going to do this tag, and here, I'll just set it over there. So this is a tag that Danielle did like 4 or 5 days ago on her channel on a Paint With Me video, and Allison pulled it from there. The file is linked on Danielle's channel. It's in her Dropbox account. I don't really want to link Danielle's Dropbox account, so if you want it, I'll link Danielle's video down below and you can go get it. That's what I did. So anyway, question number 1 is, have you ever smoked? And no, I'm not a smoker. Never have smoked. I did. I'm just like the, I don't know what you would say, like the opposite, especially when I was younger in like high school and stuff. I was the complete opposite of someone who would, you know, you never would have seen, like I would have been the person you never would have thought would have done that. I remember we were at a party once in high school. One of our friends was going off to the army, and he smoked, and for some reason he and I were very close, and I remember we were playing cards at a table, and my 2 best friends weren't in the room, and I knew that my best friend Amber was coming into the room, so I took his cigarette and sat there and just held it. I didn't smoke it, I just was holding it, and I sat there and held the whole thing until it went out. Like, it's just, the whole thing got used up and no one smoked it, and she never did show back up. So my semi-hilarious joke at the time didn't even make sense because no one saw me do it. But that's the only time that I even came close to smoking, because I just am not a fan. Number 2, what is your favorite flavor? This question makes me want to say, like, what kind of flavor? I kind of want to say chocolate. Is that a flavor? Favorite kind of ice cream, definitely not chocolate. That would be like cookies and cream or strawberry cheesecake, something like that. However, if it's like candy, it would be chocolate for sure. Pies, I don't really like pie. I would probably say chocolate pie. Cake, I like chocolate cake. My grandpa used to say that the best cake is chocolate cake, 2 parts frosting to 1 part cake. We actually used to make that for him on his birthday. But I am definitely a chocolate cake fan. I also like gooey butter cake. There are a lot of cakes. I don't like carrot cake. And I'm not a fan of pies. Don't like pumpkin pie or apple. Well, I can eat apple pie, but it's not something I'd ever crave. Don't like carrot cake. Yeah, I'm just not a... I'm gonna say chocolate. Chocolate, just plain milk chocolate. Number 3 is, do you get nervous before doctor visits? So, yes, I have anxiety, and sometimes I don't actually feel nervous, but my body does, like the nervous, like I'll get the red face and the, like up my chest and my neck will turn red. My blood pressure usually goes up at the doctor's office. They're always like, your blood pressure is high, and I'm like, I know, but it's not really, it's just from coming here. You would think by the amount of times I've been to the doctor, I would be fine, but for some reason, it always makes me nervous, and I don't know why. Going to the dentist is horrid. I actually can feel that anxiety. I hate going to the dentist. Even just to get a cleaning, I went so many years from not going to the dentist because the dentist just freaks me out ridiculously. But for the last, I don't know, three years, I've gone regularly. I think that's covered. And it's still just to go to get a cleaning. I've never, knock on wood, never or haven't had a cavity since I lost my baby teeth. But oh man, the dentist is not my friend. But I have been, Allison brought up that she was saying some of her, I don't know why my voice is so like gravelly. Excuse me. She was telling some of her medical stories in her video, and she brought up that she was diagnosed with sarcoidosis. I think it was just after her kids were born. And I was like, whoa, I have sarcoid too. So, the doctors here didn't make it seem like it was super rare, but it's probably not. I did hear that it was very prevalent, or more, not very prevalent, it was more prevalent in African Americans than it was in Caucasian people. But of course, somehow I got it. I have come to learn that if there is a weird, rare sickness out there, for some reason I will get it. But anyway, I had sarcoid, or I still have sarcoid because it doesn't ever go away. It can come back at any time. And I don't remember exactly how it came about, but it was like 2011, 2012. For some reason I had a CT scan of my chest. I don't know if I had bronchitis or something, but which I get quite often. And they saw these enlarged lymph nodes in my lungs. And, you know, I had to do a whole bunch of tests, and I think it went undiagnosed for quite a while because I had other things going on at that same time. There was from like 2010 to like 2012, I was very sick, and no one really knew what was wrong with me. I had a range of issues, from just being like exhausted all the time to being sick to my stomach to constant headaches, like really bad headaches. My anxiety kind of got out of control. I had these enlarged lymph nodes. My blood sugar would crash. I was hypoglycemic, and that kind of came like I had no history of being hypoglycemic. I had no history of blood sugar issues at all. And they just couldn't figure out why all these things just like occurred and out of nowhere and what was causing it. I remember we went on vacation in September 2011. We went to Gulf Shores, to the beach, which was probably one of my favorite vacations I've ever been on. But I remember I had been to the doctor previous to that, and I don't remember. They couldn't, for some reason, you know, still didn't have an answer. I think they ran tests or something. And they called me. I think we were on our way home from vacation, or it was the day we were leaving or something like that. And said, we think you have an insulinoma on your pancreas, I want to say. And we need you. Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway, they said, we need you to come to the hospital. We're going to do a 72-hour test on you where you have to be admitted to the hospital. So I did. I went to, my doctor was in Houston, Missouri at the time, which was 45 minutes from where I lived. And so he put me in that hospital because that's where his office was. And I think I made it 2 days in there. So you don't eat or drink. You have an IV, and they check your blood every 30 minutes. And what they're trying to do is to cause your blood sugar to drop from not eating. And then they're gonna watch and see what happens to you, and they're gonna, you know, take your blood and look at your blood every 30 minutes or whatever. Well, mine never dropped, and I was bored to death. So I finally said, I don't think I have an insulinoma, and I kind of want to get out of here. So they decided that I could leave. So I did. I want to say it was in there for 2 days, but anyway. So they ruled out the insulinoma and still didn't know what was going on with me. I think this was before they knew I had sarcoid. Somehow, I don't know if I got sick or whatever, but they did a CT scan. Found the enlarged lymph nodes. Lymphoma was thrown around. I I've been told a couple of times now in my life that I could have cancer, but all of them were proved that I don't have cancer. So honestly, I am kind of to the point in my doctor history that nothing really scares me anymore, other than obviously going to the doctor, which is stupid. But like what they say, just because I've heard so many different things, you know. Anyway, when I was in 2000, I want to say July 2012, my mother kind of was like, you're going to Mayo in Minnesota, and no one can figure out what's wrong with you. We're going to Mayo, and if they can't figure out what's wrong with you, we'll take the next steps. So we went to Mayo. I was there for a week. I saw several different doctors. The way the Mayo Clinic works is actually pretty cool. You go there, you have like a main doctor, which is like, I was given to an internist. You meet with them, they go over your medical history and what's been going on. Then they decide, okay, you need to see a gastrointestinal specialist, or a, you know, just all the different doctors that you could possibly need. They're all right there. So then they take that and they make you appointments, and they give you like a little schedule for your next week or whatever of different appointments and tests that you need to have run. So I did, and I met with several different doctors, had lots of tests run, lots of tests, and basically what I walked away with was, yes, we agree you have sarcoid. It does look like it is shrinking. The lymph nodes in your lungs look like they're shrinking, so that's good. However, you need to routinely get your eyes monitored, because if you get sarcoid in your eyes, that's not good. Sarcoid can present itself in several places. I think it's most common in your lungs, but like Allison's sarcoid was not in her lungs. It just can present itself in several different places. So, and sarcoid can shrink down and, quote, disappear. However, sarcoid, you never get rid of sarcoid. It just, well, can come back at any time. And it's basically like inflammation of wherever it is. So I had it in my lungs, and I had sores on my scalp, like little tiny, like just little tiny spots on my scalp. Some people get them in on their arms, some people get it in their eyes. I mean, it can go anywhere inside your body, but so they confirmed that I had sarcoid. They put me on a new anxiety medication while I was there. They told me that my thyroid, I'm hypothyroid, and they said that basically my thyroid was way out of whack and probably was the cause for most of what had been occurring. What else? I had potential, like maybe lay off the gluten for a little bit, because you could have what we think is potential celiac disease, which these things are all autoimmune related. The thyroid, the sarcoid, the celiac, it all is autoimmune stuff. And then the last thing that I walked away there with was hypersensitivity disease, which means basically you're just sensitive to everything. Could also be why you get all these weird sicknesses and things affect you differently than they do others. That stems from being a redhead, and just it's also genetically passed on. Medicines can affect you differently. Your skin's going to be different, like everything. you can be allergic to almost everything, which I literally am. So they fixed my thyroid medication. They gave me a new anxiety medication. You know, I laid off the gluten for a while, and within like a month, I was almost completely better. So mayo is amazing. If you ever need it, I highly recommend it. Yeah, so that is my story about doctors. That was a long rambly story. Yeah, I could go into more detail, but I won't. What is one thing, this is question number 4, what is one thing you dislike about yourself? I don't know. I wish I was more confident and outgoing than I am. I've always been the shy, quiet one, so I wish I wasn't. My weight, I would change that if I could. I mean, I can, but if it was like an easy thing, you know. What is number 5? What is your middle name? Lynn, L-Y-N-N, which is where Tina Lynn came from. My first name is Christina, and my middle name is Lynn. And in high school and junior high, most of my friends called me Tina, which I was never a big fan of. However, the more they did it, the more I didn't mind. So, Tina Lynn kind of became my nickname. Number 6. What are 3 thoughts at this moment? 1, I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. 2, what's number 2? I have a lot of laundry to do before I can go back to work tomorrow. And number 3, I wish I could, I hope to finish my book tonight before I fall asleep, because it's been pretty good so far. It's just a romance book, but it's actually, I've kind of been in a reading slump because I read several really good books and then I picked up some not so good books. So I was excited that when I picked this one up, it was really good straight from the beginning. So that's exciting. Yeah. So number 7, tag 3 people to complete this. Okay, so this is kind of hard because I feel like a lot of people have been tagged to do this already. So I'm going to tag Everything Winnie. I'm going to tag Abstract Crafter. And a lot of people have already been tagged, and those 2 may have already been tagged. What's another one? Oh, Jennifer Roberts, which is my DP Addictions or something. I like that, but her name is Jennifer. I will link all 3 of those below as well. Those are who I tag. And if you haven't checked out any of their channels, go do it because they're all great. I really enjoy every single one of them. Okay. Number 8. Do you own slippers? Yes. However, I don't really wear them. I have a pair of Vera Bradley like boot slippers. Like they go up higher on your leg, like mid-calf maybe. And they're really comfy cozy, but I have a tendency to run hot. And the last thing when I'm hot is to want to put something on my feet. Because if your feet are hot, I feel like you're hot. So, yeah, I don't wear them very much. Now, sometimes in the winter I'll pull them out, but for day to day, I don't wear them very often at all. Number 9, what color shirt are you wearing right now? It is a charcoal tank top. Number 10, what songs do you sing in the shower? I don't really sing in the shower, and if I do, it's, I don't know, whatever song is stuck in my head from the last time I heard it, but I honestly don't really sing in the shower ever. Number 11, favorite girl's name. I don't know. I haven't really thought about kids' names in a long time because I've kind of given up on that thought of ever having children. So I used to when I was younger, when I was like in high school, and I wanted to be married by the time I was 22 and have like 700 children. I used to like write them all down. I don't know. I honestly can't even think of some of those old ones. I really like the name Hattie. I like the name Emerson. I like the name Violet. I like the name Lainey. I don't know. I have several names that I like. I also really like the name Camden for a girl. So, number 12, favorite boy names. Anderson, Oliver, Riley, yeah, I don't know, I can't think. I used to have this all planned out when I was younger, and now my brain's lost it all. Number 13, what is in your pocket right now? Absolutely nothing. Number 14, best toy as a child. I can think of several. The one that pops out into my head, when I was an older child, like 10, I was obsessed with a group of toys called My Littlest Pet Shop, and they were like little plastic toys, and they were pets, and any kind of pet you can imagine, and it also kind of branched out into like zoo animals eventually. They had, you know, like where they would live. So if it was gerbils, it was a cage. If it was bunny rabbits, it was like a little bunny rabbit playpen. If it was puppy dogs, it was a bed. And they came with like the accessories of like food bowls and toys. And I remember there was penguins, and they had like this iceberg thing, and it had little slides down. I loved those toys. I had several of them. and I played with them all the time, and I really, really wish I would have never gotten rid of them, but I did, because I would have loved to have played with them with my niece. I think she would have really loved them. I think she still would to this day, but I gave them away. Probably donated them to Goodwill or something. And now, at one time several years ago, I thought about going on eBay and buying them again. They're freaking expensive, like so expensive. So that was one of my favorite toys. I also really liked Barbies. My grandma made me, she did plastic canvas, I don't know what it's called, like you sew on it, you cover it in yarn, I guess. She made me like a whole bunch of Barbie furniture, like the beds and the showers and rugs, and even down to like the little tissue dispensers, like a whole house full of Barbie furniture, so I could set up a whole house of stuff. Yeah, I used to play with that a lot. I also had a Barbie gazebo that she made me. Yeah, I used to play with that a lot. I also really liked Cabbage Patch Kids. I had a newborn Cabbage Patch. Yeah, and I still have it to this day. I also have the one that my other grandma had at her house with the red yarn hair. I still have it. I took it from when we went through their house and sold stuff. Those were my favorite toys. I did like the Nintendo, the first Nintendo, but I probably played Duck Hunt more than I played Mario. I played Mario, but I really liked that game Duck Hunt with the little gun. And when Super Nintendo came out, I loved Mario Kart. And I remember my dad, my brother, and me would have Mario Kart races. Yeah, I love Mario Kart. Number 15, who is your loudest friend? I'm gonna say my coworker at work, Rachel, and she's not technically loud in like everyday conversation, but she can get loud, and when she's on a roll of, like telling something funny or laughing, she has a very loud laugh, but I really like her, so yeah. I had a little panic that I was putting the wrong thing on here, but I'm not. Number 16, how many dogs do you have? My family has one dog. I've had dogs my whole life, but currently they have one dog, and she is a mixed breed. I don't know. Supposedly when we got her, she was half German Shepherd, half Dachshund, but she doesn't really look like that. She's kind of got red fur, and she's a medium height dog, and yeah, scared of everything, but she's sweet. Number 17, does someone trust you? I think this is a very weird question too, because I feel like someone trusts everyone, right? Like, to have a job, obviously people have to trust you. For those that are married and have kids, someone has to trust you. I don't know, I just feel like this is a very odd question. Yeah, I would say so. I would say my family trusts me, my coworkers trust me, my boss trusts me. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people trust me. Number 18, what book are you reading at the moment? I don't remember what it's called. I want to say it's a romance book. It is by Melissa Foster. And it's something like The Real Thing, or It's a Real Thing, something real thing. Yeah. It's about two old friends, like childhood friends, who had a little bit of a history together. They've kept in touch. He became a famous Hollywood actor, and did not, kind of has a bad image right now. And to clean up his image, it was suggested that he get married. So he asked his old friend to be his fake fiance, and it's their love story. And so far, it's really good. So, yeah. Number 19, what is your favorite candy? Does chocolate count in this? I feel like it should. Like hard candy, or I really like sour gummy worms. Jolly Ranchers, I really like the watermelon and the apple. Other than that, I'm not a big hard candy person. I can't think of any hard candy that I ever want. Now for chocolate, I like me some chocolate. I like just plain milk chocolate bars. Dove, Cadbury, Lindt. Lindt has a really good chocolate bar. There is a brand called Chocolate Chocolate Chocolate. We sell them at work, and they have several different varieties, but their sea salt caramel one's really good. Their caramel waffle cone is really good. They also make little truffles. Then their brownie caramel one's really yummy. Chocolate, like candy bars, I like Kit Kats, Reese's Sticks. Oh, I love Take Fives. Take Fives are like the best candy bar ever to exist. They're really good. Like, really good. Like, if they're around, you eat the whole bag good. I like chocolate covered graham crackers. I don't know if that's considered a candy, but yeah, that's enough. I could go on and on about my love for chocolate. Number 20, what is your favorite sports team? That is the St. Louis Cardinals, baseball, all the way. I also enjoy the Kansas City Royals, but I am definitely a St. Louis Cardinals diehard girl. 21, favorite month. I feel like that's, favorite month. I don't know. I like October for the fact that the weather usually changes and it becomes fall, and fall's my favorite. But I like Christmas time, so I'm gonna say December, with October being a very close runner-up. Number 22, what would the name of your boat be? I have no clue. Like, Not even a little Tina Lynn? I don't know. Sure. Tina Lynn, that's my boat name. Yeah. 23. Best and worst purchases ever made. Now, I've heard the people that have done this that I've heard kind of talk about diamond painting purchases. So I'll do those first. This large tray, so worth the money, has significantly increased how much more I enjoy diamond painting and how much quicker I am at it now. This little pin here, I have another one that I haven't demolished yet. I got this off of the Cheeky Turtle on Etsy. Let's see if I can turn this off. Okay, need some light here. So this pen, it is a flamingo thing on top of it. Has a cap. You point like that. So that is what it originally looks like. However, I have it like this. I still put the cap on it when I'm not using it, but I took a little gripper off one of the pins from Huican or Evermoment or something, and I've been using that, and I really like this. It's very sturdy. Yeah, it is definitely my favorite. I have 2 of them, and I would definitely recommend getting them. They're on Etsy. Her name is the Cheeky Turtle. And yes, that pen. My storage systems, I have lots of different storage systems. I have the 28, I can't really get it right now, they're kind of stacked up. The round, like, jars. This is not them, but I'm gonna reach across and grab them. They kind of look like this, but they're in the 28 container set. These are just loose ones that I bought as extra. I really like those. They're the Doris brand, I think. I have several of those. I have these containers, in the little storage box. I like these. That's what I'm using for this project. I also have these. Whoa. I use these on smaller projects. I have lots of storage. I have the little binder books, the lockables. I like those. I have tried almost every sort of tack for your pen. I do not like the pink wax. I probably will never go back to using the pink wax. For right now, I'm very much a diehard Aleene's Instatacky. I really highly recommend that. I have a A3 light pad, and it is the brand Viola Mart, VOILAMART, and I got it on Amazon, and I definitely recommend that. I have this light here by E-Tech City. I really like this light. Yeah, that's about it for diamond painting. I have a label maker that I really like. It is this. It is the... Does it say anywhere? No, of course it doesn't. Oh yeah, it is. The Dymo Label Manager 160. I really like that. Now, for purchases that have nothing to do with diamond painting, I'm going to say, what am I going to say? My Kindle. I have several Kindles, and I've had several Kindles. I think I looked the other day, and I have had like 7 or 8 Kindles in my history of Kindles. Currently, I have a Kindle Fire 10, I want to say. And I have the Kindle Paperwhite, and those are the 2 I use currently. I love my Kindles. My laptop, I really like my laptop. All my books. I have a collection of books. I don't know. This is a very hard question. The perfume I use, I really like that. I'm really glad I bought it. It is called Mon Guerlain. Mon, M-O-N, and then Guerlain, which is the brand, by Guerlain. Smells so freaking good. Yeah. I'm sure there's like way more answers than that, but for some reason I can't think of anything. Worst purchases? Ooh. I don't know. I mean, I've had, like, I'm sure I've made tons of bad purchases. Ooh, I can think of a really good one for the best purchases. I have a hardback copy of each of the Harry Potter books, first edition. I'm very proud of that. Clothes, I've made a lot of bad clothes purchases. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I do a lot of, before I buy anything, I put some research behind it. I read reviews, I Google, I'm kind of a master Googler, which is a great life skill, by the way. I know it sounds stupid, but man, if you can Google and actually like know what you're doing and look into stuff like that, it's a good thing to have. Yeah, I can't think of anything for bad purchases. Number 24. If you had to change your name, what would it be? Ooh. I have no idea. I don't know that I've ever even thought of that. I don't know. I'm going to stick with my current name because I have no clue. Number 25. If you had to lose a body part, what would it be and why? Ooh. I'm gonna say a toe because I feel like I need all my other body parts. Yeah. Number 26, can you cook? Do I have the ability to cook things? Yes. Am I a good cook? I don't know about that. But yes, I have the ability to cook things. Number 27, favorite thing to cook. I'm going to say lasagna or enchiladas. I enjoy both of those very much. Number 28, what is something your brain tells you to do even though you know you shouldn't do it? Eat when I'm not hungry. That's a big one, I think. Or sometimes words just come out of my mouth before I, without thinking. But that's, I would say, not all the time, just randomly, embarrass yourself. Okay, number 29. I thought I was almost done, but no, we're not. Dumbest way you have ever been injured. I haven't had a lot of injuries. I have been pretty lucky. I had I don't know if this is really dumb though, I had a really bad sprain when I was 11, I want to say. I had a slumber party and we went to the skating rink and I was trying to round them all up to go home, and I skated by one of the girls' little brother that was there, and when we skated by each other, we were trying to dodge the people around us, so we got a little too close. When we skated by each other, our wheels got caught in each other, and I twisted my ankle very badly, and I remember it hurt so bad. I remember I almost passed out laying there on the skating rink floor because it hurt so bad. Another thing, what have I done? I fall up the stairs a lot. I don't think I've ever fallen down the stairs, but I used to fall up the stairs all the time, and I still do trip quite often. Yeah, I've never broken a bone. I've never done any of that stuff, so I've been pretty lucky. I trip over my own feet a lot. Yeah. Nothing's standing out in my head though. Number 30. If you could have an absolute truth to one question, what would you ask? So I've been thinking about this question a lot because I've heard people talk about it. And everyone kind of goes for like the deep, meaningful stuff. And I don't know that do you want to know like all that deep, meaningful stuff? I've heard people talking about them or their family members or loved ones, like when they're gonna die. I've heard, talk about like their kids and, all this stuff. And it would be nice to know, like, I don't know. I can think of a lot of different questions, like, is my grandpa happy in heaven, or is my grandma happy in heaven? That kind of stuff, but I just have faith that they are. So my answer to this is going to be when the Powerball gets really high. I want to know what the winning numbers are. And then I win. And I know that's cheating, but that's my answer to the question. An absolute truth. Number 31. Where is the worst smelling place you have ever been? I think this question is odd too, because I honestly cannot think of some place that stands out in my memory for being smelly. You know what I mean? There's the one thing I can think of, and it's not even like, it wasn't even horrible. I remember, and I have no idea where we were, but we were driving in some other city, and we were, our GPS was telling us how to get somewhere, and it was taking us back roads, so we had no idea where we were. And I remember she took us on this one back road, and it was the smelliest road, and we had the windows up, and it was still so strong of like sulfur smell. It was super stinky. And it was a long road, and that smell just did not seem to go away. So that's what's coming to my head, but I wouldn't have classified it as like traumatizing stinky, you know what I mean? If you could time travel, who would you go back in time to see and talk to, living or dead? I would go back. I have a couple answers for this. I would go back to when my grandparents, both sets of them, were younger, and I would get to know them at their younger age. I would be curious to see both of their love stories play out. When they had their kids, when they got married. I would just like to see all of that. That's who I would pick. I would pick both sets of grandparents and go back to when they were young. Number 33, invite 5 people to dinner, living or dead. Who would it be and why? Since I've already visited my grandparents, I'm going to say, who am I going to say? I'm going to say J.K. Rowling. Just because I mean, she would be amazing to talk to. Both because you could talk to her about Harry Potter, and you could talk to her about books and writing and, like, her life growing up, and, like, there's so many different things I could talk to her about. Reese Witherspoon, just because I think she seems to be like a down-to-earth person. That's 2. Trying to think of like people I truly, truly want to meet. This is a hard question. Ellen DeGeneres, because I think she would be hilariously funny. 2 more. Steve Irwin, because he would just be, I think he would be amazing to talk to, and his excitement for animals, and like he could bring animals, like, you know, he would. So I think he would be amazing. And number 5. Who do we have so far? Reese Witherspoon, J.K. Rowling, Ellen DeGeneres, Steve Irwin, Melissa McCartney. Oh my god, can you imagine? Oh my word, that would be like the best dinner ever. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, yes. Ooh. And if I could throw on a 6th person, Rebel Wilson. Yes, yes. That would be it. Number 34. Family food traditions. I have been thinking about this since Allison did it, and I'm like, I have no clue. I don't think we have food traditions. The only thing I can think of is anytime our families got together, like, I don't know, like at my grandparents' house or something, my grandma used to make cheese balls all the time. Like the cheese ball you slice and put on crackers. That's the only thing that's coming to my head. So you used to also make like a shrimp dip kind of thing, and it was like a block of cream cheese with little baby shrimps on it and cocktail sauce, and that was really good. I don't know that we really have family food traditions. Yeah, I mean, we have like the traditional Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner and all that stuff, but I mean, I guess that's the answer, but it's like traditional stuff. Nothing that's just us, you know what I mean? Yeah. Number 35. If you could write a letter to your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give? Holy Hannah Montana. A lot. Don't be shy. It's not worth it. Be yourself, no matter what. People truly will like you and appreciate your pureness, your pure self. Take more risks. Always choose happiness and truly believe that it's okay to be happy even when others aren't or things are tough. There's always something to be happy about. Find the happiness in the sadness. Look around you. There's something worth being happy about. Laughter is pure medicine. It's okay to be nerdy. It's okay to put yourself first above others. Don't give in to the pressure of those around you. Do what makes you happy. Study harder. Enjoy school more. I wish I would have listened to that. I wish I would have been one of those students that actually liked school and went far in school. Just dedicate more time to school. It's worth it. Don't listen to others about your future. Do what you want to and what makes you happy. Listen to your true talents and not what you think you'll be good at, but what you're actually good at. Exercise more. Lay off the junk food. Find a healthiness in life. Yeah, mainly it would just be happy, be happy, be honest, love more. It's okay to be awkward and weird. Hold tight to those who you do love and show it more. You know, you're gonna go through hard things, but in the end, you'll be fine. And you're gonna do big things. You know? Yeah. Okay, so on that note, the tag is over. And we've been recording for an hour and 11 minutes. And that's a long freaking time. And I need to go do laundry. So, I will end this here. Didn't get much painting done, but whatever. I was concentrating too much on the tag, I guess. I will see you guys later. I have one other little side note. I did join a new group on Facebook called Diamond Painting Underground. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Go join it. It's going to be a fun new little group. It has Gone Off My Meds, Abstract Crafter, Everything Gwenny, and then several other people are also in it. So go join and post pictures of your stuff, because I love looking at other people's stuff. And I will see you guys later. Have a good weekend, or have a good week at work this week. Bye guys.